You think you are helping. You think you are being loyal. You think you are being a good person. But let me tell you something that will cut through the fog of your conditioning. You are not helping. You are hemorrhaging. You are bleeding out your power, your time, your sanity, and you are doing it voluntarily. You have been taught that compassion is unlimited, that kindness should flow like a river with no dam, that if you just love hard enough, sacrifice deep enough, you can save anyone. This is the most dangerous lie civilization ever sold you, and it is killing you slowly. Niccolo Machiavelli understood something about human nature that most people refuse to accept. He understood that the world is not divided into good people and bad people. It is divided into those who understand power and those who are devoured by it. He wrote for princes, for rulers, for those who had to make impossible choices in a world where mercy could mean death and hesitation could mean conquest. His lessons were not for the naive. They were for survivors. And if you are still listening to me right now, you are a survivor too. You have been burned. You have given everything to people who gave you nothing but ashes in return. You are tired of being the one who cares while everyone else takes. Today, I am going to show you the 6 types of people you must never, under any circumstances, try to save. Not because you lack compassion, but because you understand strategy. Not because you are cruel, but because you refuse to be a casualty of someone else's chaos. This is not about becoming heartless. This is about becoming discerning. This is about understanding that your energy is the most valuable currency you possess, and there are people in this world who will drain every drop of it and then blame you for running dry. Before I show you these 6 faces, you need to understand why you keep falling into this trap. Why do you do it? Why do you run toward the fire when you know you are going to get burned? It is because you have been conditioned to believe that your value is measured by how much you endure. You think that love means suffering. You think that loyalty means staying when every instinct in your body is screaming at you to leave. You think that walking away makes you the villain. But Machiavelli would tell you that the real tragedy is not walking away from those who destroy you. The real tragedy is staying and letting them destroy you. Think of yourself as a fortress. Every person you let inside has access to your resources, your strategies, your vulnerabilities. If you let everyone in, if you open the gates to anyone with a sad story, you are not being compassionate. You are being reckless. A wise ruler knows that the strength of a fortress is not measured by how many people it shelters, but by how well it protects what matters. When you allow toxic, parasitic, and destructive people into your inner circle, you are not just risking yourself. You are risking everything you have built. You are risking your future. Machiavelli observed that men are more ready to repay an injury than a benefit because gratitude is a burden and revenge is a pleasure. This is the dark truth about human nature. People do not always appreciate your sacrifices. In fact, many will resent you for them. When you help someone who does not want to be helped, when you save someone who loves their own destruction, you become a mirror reflecting their weakness, and they will hate you for it. They will take everything you give, and when you have nothing left, they will walk away and tell the world that you were never enough. Let me show you the first type, the first person you must never try to save, the chaos magnet. This is the person whose life is an endless series of disasters. Every time you talk to them, there is a new crisis. They lost their job again, their car broke down again, their relationship exploded again, their bank account is empty again. At first, you feel sympathy. You think, how can one person have such bad luck? So you step in, you give them money, you give them advice, you connect them with opportunities. You think you are helping them get back on their feet. But here is what you do not see. They are not unlucky. They are architects of their own chaos. Machiavelli warned against associating with the perpetually unfortunate, not because of superstition, but because of observation. He noticed that misfortune is rarely random. It follows patterns. It follows people who make terrible decisions, who ignore warning signs, who sabotage themselves and then blame the universe. The chaos magnet does not want solutions. They want sympathy. They want attention. They want someone to clean up their mess so they never have to learn how to stop making messes. Watch what happens when you help them. For a brief moment, things stabilize, but then the chaos returns. The job you helped them get, They lost it because the boss was unfair. The money you lent them, gone, swallowed by another emergency. The advice you gave them, ignored. Because if they actually followed your advice, if they actually took responsibility, they would have to give up the one thing that defines them, their identity as a victim of circumstances. Here's the trap. When you tie yourself to a chaos magnet, their chaos becomes yours. Their bad decisions start affecting your life. Their emergencies become your emergencies. Their drama invades your peace. You start losing sleep. You start losing money. You start losing your own stability because you are trying to stabilize someone who is addicted to instability. Machiavelli understood that fortune is contagious. When you anchor yourself to a sinking ship, you do not save the ship, you drown with it. I have watched brilliant, capable people destroy their own lives trying to save a chaos magnet. They drained their savings, they ruined their reputations, they sacrificed their own opportunities, and in the end, the chaos magnet moved on to the next rescuer, leaving nothing but wreckage behind. You cannot save someone who refuses to save themselves. You cannot fix someone who is in love with being broken. Stop trying to be their lifeboat. Let them sink, let them hit the bottom. Because only at the bottom will they be forced to make a choice, swim or drown. And that choice is theirs, not yours. The second type you must avoid is even more dangerous because they disguise their toxicity as need. The gratitude vampire. This is the person who takes everything you give and then resents you for giving it. Machiavelli wrote extensively about the nature of gratitude, or rather, the lack of it. He observed that men are quick to forget benefits and quick to remember injuries. The gratitude vampire operates on a simple but devastating principle. They believe the world owes them everything, and your kindness is not a gift. It is a payment on a debt they think you owe. Watch the pattern carefully. The first time you help them, they are effusive with thanks. You are amazing. I do not know what I would have done without you. You feel good. You feel needed. You feel like you made a difference. The hook is set. The second time they ask for help, the gratitude is thinner. Thanks, but it is quick, distracted, transactional. The third time they do not ask. They expect. And if you hesitate, if you say you need time, if you suggest they try solving it themselves, they get cold. They get passive-aggressive. I thought you cared about me. I guess I was wrong. This is the moment you need to see clearly. You are no longer a friend. You are a resource. And the moment you stop being useful, you become the enemy. The gratitude vampire does not see your sacrifices as generosity. They see them as proof of your obligation. In their mind, you have so much, and they have so little, so it is only fair that you keep giving. But fairness is a weapon they use only against you. They will never apply that same logic to themselves. Here is the darkest part. When you finally set a boundary, when you finally say no, they do not just walk away. They turn on you. They rewrite history. They tell everyone who will listen that you abandoned them, that you were never really a friend, that you only helped them to feel superior. The person you bled for becomes the person who poisons your name. Why? Because dependency breeds resentment. Deep in their soul, they hate that they needed you. Your strength reminds them of their weakness. Your generosity highlights their inability to stand on their own. So they take your help, and they sharpen a knife behind their back. Machiavelli advised that if you must give in a way that does not create dependency. Or better yet, give only to those who have already shown they can stand without you. The gratitude vampire will drain you until you are empty, and then they will complain that you did not give them more. Do not pour your life into a bottomless pit. Test people with small refusals. The way they react to the word no will tell you everything you need to know. A person of character respects your boundaries. A gratitude vampire punishes you for having them. Now we come to the third type, and this one is the most insidious because they smile while they destroy you. The envious friend. Envy is one of the most corrosive forces in human relationships, and Machiavelli knew it well. He warned rulers to be wary of those who smile in your presence but seethe in your absence. The envious friend is often someone who has been with you for a long time. You started at the same place. You shared struggles, you were equals, but then something changed, you grew, you succeeded, you evolved. And they stayed the same, They cannot stand it. But here's the trick. They do not attack you openly. Open enemies are easy to spot. You see their weapons. You know where they stand. The envious friend hides their dagger behind concern. They cloak their poison in the language of care. Listen to how they respond when you share good news. You got a promotion. Oh, that is great. But are you sure you can handle the stress? I just do not want to see you burn out. You started a new relationship? That is nice. Just be careful. You know how you get your hopes up. I would hate to see you get hurt again. Do you hear it? The subtle erosion. The quiet undermining. They are not celebrating with you. They are trying to pull you back down, because your success is a mirror that reflects their stagnation. Your growth is evidence of their inertia. And instead of using that as motivation, instead of rising to meet you, they try to drag you back to their level. Misery does not just love company. Misery demands it. The envious friend will sabotage you in ways you will not see until it is too late. They will give you bad advice disguised as wisdom. They will create drama right before your important moments. They will share your secrets with people who should never know them. And if you confront them, they will look at you with hurt eyes and say, "I was only trying to help. I am your friend." Remember, Machiavelli taught that envy is incurable. You cannot fix it with love. You cannot heal it with generosity. The more you give to an envious person, the more they resent you. Because every gift is a reminder that you have what they do not. Every success you share is salt in their wound. The only way to deal with the envious friend is through concealment. Hide your wins, hide your plans, hide your joy. When you are around them, be neutral, be boring. Struggle just enough to keep them comfortable. This is not weakness. This is strategy. Machiavelli understood that showing your full hand to the wrong people is not honesty. It is stupidity. The envious friend does not want you to win. They want you to stay where you are, so they do not have to face their own failures. If you try to bring them with you, if you try to save them by pulling them up, they will sabotage the rope. Protect your victories. Share them only with those who genuinely celebrate them. Everyone else gets the version of you that keeps them calm and distant. Now let me show you the fourth type. And this one manipulates your deepest instincts. The eternal victim. This is the person who has weaponized suffering. Machiavelli understood that power comes in many forms, and one of the most effective is sympathy. Tyrants use fear, but the weak use pity. And pity is a drug that bypasses logic and injects directly into your emotions. You need to understand the difference between someone who has been hurt and someone who has made their pain into a career. A true victim wants to heal. An eternal victim wants to perform. They wear their trauma like a crown. Every conversation circles back to their suffering. Every request for accountability is met with, "You do not understand what I have been through." Every boundary you set is framed as cruelty. "You are hurting me by expecting me to be responsible. I cannot do that because of my past. If you really cared, you would understand." They have learned that being fragile is power. It gets them attention. It gets them exceptions. It gets them control. Here is the trap. When you try to help the eternal victim, you are not helping them heal. You are funding their dysfunction. Every time you rescue them, you validate their helplessness. You teach them that staying broken is profitable. They do not want your solutions. Solutions would mean losing their identity. If they get better, they lose their excuse. If they become strong, they lose the sympathy that keeps people orbiting around them. Watch what happens when you offer them real help. Therapy, a plan, a path forward. They will find a reason why it will not work. "I tried that. It is too expensive. I am not ready. You do not understand." They will resist every ladder you offer because climbing out means they can no longer blame the pit. And blame is their shield. As long as they are the victim, they are never responsible. As long as they are suffering, you are obligated to carry them. Machiavelli would tell you that a man who builds his power on the pity of others builds on sand. But you, the one trying to save them, you are building on quicksand. And here is the cruelest part. The moment you stop, the moment you say you cannot carry them anymore, they will turn on you with shocking viciousness. The lamb becomes a wolf. They will tell everyone that you abandoned them. They will rewrite history to make you the villain. because they need a villain to complete their story. And by trying to be their hero, you auditioned for the role. Do not play this game. Compassion for the eternal victim is not love, it is enabling. It is a refusal to respect their agency. Let them sit with their pain, let them face it without your intervention. Because only when the audience leaves does the performer stop acting. Only when the rescue stops does the real choice begin. Heal or stay broken. That is their decision, not yours. The fifth type is an enemy of wisdom itself, the arrogant fool. Ignorance can be educated. Stupidity can be managed. But arrogance is a fortress that locks wisdom out. The arrogant fool is not just someone who does not know. They are someone who refuses to know. They are in love with their own opinions, even when those opinions are destroying them. Machiavelli wrote that a prince who is not wise himself cannot be wisely counseled. He meant that you cannot teach someone who believes they already know everything. You see this person making the same mistakes over and over. They choose toxic partners, they fall for obvious scams. They start conflicts, they cannot win. You, with your clear perspective, you see the cliff they are walking toward. So you try to warn them. You show them the evidence. You lay out the logic. You try to save them from themselves. And what do? They argue. They dismiss you. They construct elaborate mental gymnastics to prove that their delusion is reality. Why do they do this? Because accepting your wisdom would mean admitting they were wrong. And for the arrogant fool, being wrong is worse than being destroyed. Their ego is more important than their survival. So they will ignore you, mock you, debate you into exhaustion. And here is the key insight. You cannot use logic to pull someone out of a position they did not use logic to get into. The arrogant fool does not want truth. They want validation. And when you offer truth, they see it as an attack. By trying to save them, you become their enemy. You become the embodiment of the reality they are denying. So they will fight you harder than they fight their actual problems. They will waste your time in endless circular arguments. They will drain your energy trying to prove that up is down and black is white. And when they finally hit the wall, when reality delivers its inevitable lesson, they will not thank you. They will not learn. They will blame the wall. They will blame the weather. They will blame you for distracting them. Machiavelli suggests a colder approach. Silence. Let reality be the teacher. Reality does not argue. It does not debate. It simply delivers consequences. When the arrogant fool speaks, do not correct them. Do not engage. Simply nod and step back. Watch from a distance. Protect your intellect. Do not dull your blade trying to cut through stone. Save your wisdom for those who ask for it with humility. For those who say, "I do not know, teach me." The arrogant fool must be left to the education of pain. It is the only force strong enough to crack their shell. And now the final type, the one that breaks the most loyal hearts, the scorpion. There is an ancient fable. A scorpion asks a frog to carry it across a river. The frog refuses, saying the scorpion will sting it. The scorpion argues that would be illogical because then they would both drown. The frog, convinced by the logic, agrees. Halfway across, the scorpion stings the frog. As they both sink, the frog asks why. The scorpion answers, "It is my nature." This is the sixth type. The person whose nature is betrayal. The person you have forgiven 100 times, and they have hurt you 101. They cheated on you, and you forgave them. They stole from you, and you forgave them. They lied to your face, and you forgave them. Because they cried, because they promised, "I have changed. This time is different. I swear I am going to therapy. I found God. I am not that person anymore." And you want to believe them. You want to believe in redemption. You want to be the one who saved the sinner. But Machiavelli warns that men do not change their nature. Behavior is pattern. Character is pattern. The best predictor of future action is past action. When you save the scorpion from the consequences of their sting, you are not helping them grow. You are teaching them that they can sting and survive. You are training them to hurt you. Every time you take them back, you lose a piece of your self-respect, and they lose respect for you too. How can they respect someone who tolerates being destroyed? They see your forgiveness not as mercy, but as permission. If they took me back after that, They will take me back after anything. You keep looking for the good in them, but you are ignoring the shadow that is consuming them. Machiavelli advised princes to be wary of those who betrayed others, for they will inevitably betray you. Loyalty is not a decision, it is a character trait. Betrayal is not a mistake, it is a pattern. If you are dealing with a scorpion, you must do the hardest thing. You must amputate, not reduce contact, not stay friends from a distance. Cut completely, irrevocably. It will hurt. It will feel like you are tearing off your own limb. But that limb is poisoned. If you keep it, the poison reaches your heart. The scorpion cannot be saved. It can only be avoided. Accept their nature. Believe them the first time they show you who they are. Stop projecting your conscience onto someone who does not have one. This is not cruelty. This is survival. Now you see them. The chaos magnet, the gratitude vampire, the envious friend, the eternal victim, the arrogant fool, the scorpion. You see their faces in your contacts. You see them at your table, and you feel the weight of the choice in front of you. Because following this path will make you look cold to people who do not understand strategy. You will be called selfish. You will be called heartless. Good. Let them call you that. Because what they call selfishness, the wise call self-preservation. What they call coldness, the wise call clarity. You must stop being the savior and become the sovereign. A savior sacrifices himself to light fires for others, burning until there is nothing left. A sovereign builds a lighthouse, tall, strong, unshakable. The light shines, but the sovereign does not jump into the waves. Those who want to be saved will swim toward the light. Those who want to drown will drown, but the lighthouse remains standing. This is the lesson. You are not responsible for the souls of others. You are responsible for the fortress of your own life. When you stop trying to save the unsavable, something shifts. Your energy returns. Your clarity sharpens. Your anxiety fades. You start building something real, something sustainable. And in that space, you find the strength to help the few who actually deserve it. The ones who listen. The ones who grow. The ones who return loyalty with loyalty. That is where your power should go. Not scattered among parasites, but concentrated among allies. Machiavelli wrote, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. Let the world see calm. Let them see control. Let them think what they want. But know deep in your core that you have mastered the most difficult art. The art of letting go. The art of choosing who deserves your time and who deserves your distance. This is not cruelty. This is mastery. This is how you protect your power in a world designed to drain it. And once you see human nature through this lens, you can never go back to the comfortable illusion of universal goodness. You become dangerous. Not because you harm others, but because you can no longer be harmed by those who do not deserve access to you.